Okay, so hello and welcome to another video. I'm today joined with Seth Shipley,
G'day.
famed actor for Digo Bus and Murder on a Sunday Morning and literally nothing else.
Yeah, and we don't talk about the other things.
So yeah, we thought today it would be a fun little reflective idea to go over and rank all of our films that we've done together. He's been heavily involved in all of them, so thought I'd bring him along, to talk about them. So yeah, our ranking was pretty similar, so we kind of just combined them to what it is today. So it'll be the 5 films that I've made on this channel, going from what I did in August of 2023 to just last Christmas. So we'll get started. Okay.
So first off, Bell Pepper Bandit.
Yeah. You want to say your piece first?
God. It was enjoyable to make. There was a good amount of enjoyability to it. Whole meeting Quinn. He was an awesome dude. Now we thought it would be good. Keyword thought. So I, unfortunately, was the editor because I thought I was good at editing. Clearly I'm not. I should stick to acting. And the soundtrack had to be looped. We used the Pink Panther soundtrack. Yeah, and that had to be looped.
I mean, I should say that I'm personally going to be talking or ranking these based on how well we sort of fought the circumstances that we had. A lot of these were made with very little resources and time and stuff, so some of them I think turned out pretty well, but Bell Pepper Bandit, I just don't think I'm proud of some things I did there. I feel like I had my own style there, which I thought was good. Seth, all of the actors were really good, but it was just little things like my shadow. It just had this sense of amateurness, and I've been trying to make that film for months at that point, and I feel like it just felt really lazy and amateurish in the final product.
I mean, then again, it's also our first. Everyone starts somewhere. So
but I mean,
hey.
it's not the worst thing ever. I feel like a lot of the praise I got from Letterboxd and stuff, I'm grateful for. A lot of the praise, not I guess the opposite of praise, that I got from a lot of people that I know. I mean, I feel like that could just brainwash me into thinking that it was bad, but no, I do think it was. It wasn't the best, especially considering what I was able to do later on. But I mean, it's fine for what it is. It was our first film. I mean, it's not the worst. I just think it could have been done way better. Yeah, the Bell Pepper Bandit.
Last place. Alright, the next one, which I wasn't. Oh no, I was a producer for this film. Trap Substitutes.
You were supposed to be in it though, but then you had to pull out literally 10 minutes before you were about to get here, so Lachlan was able to pull through.
It was a really good film. I enjoyed it personally.
I just found a lot of flaws in how it was made and how we, I mean, I don't think it was I really made it for the film. I mostly just for the experience and just hanging out with my friends doing something that we all like doing at Christmas, which I think we definitely accomplished. That filming it was really fun, but I mean I don't really have that much criticism for it. I mean, I think I did okay. Obviously, I wasn't behind the camera. That was my other friend, because he was supposed to be in it, but he didn't. Obviously, I don't blame him for not wanting to be in those elf costumes. It's not bad. I think it's just kind of it wasn't really made to be a progress film that I made a lot of others for. It wasn't made to try and get me noticed. It was just kind of just a bit of fun. yeah, I think that's all it really says.
Yeah. Well, I think my favourite thing was just going out and buying the costumes. That was fun.
Yeah, that's a
Some
good day
ladies
out.
tried to steal one of the costumes we got.
Yeah,
She came up to us, she's like, "Oh, can we have this costume?" We're like, "No,
yeah.
no."
So yeah, that it was just a fun film to make. Just not really like focused on making it good. Obviously, I wanted to make it good, but I mean, that wasn't really like other. I don't know how to word it. Okay, so yeah, Trapped Substitutes number 4. So number 3, we've got Fragments of Nothing.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, okay, you weren't really involved in this one as much though.
Yeah, I wasn't as involved as I could have been, which was unfortunate. This was because Dylan Brown, he did really well for his first film. I think he did quite good, even though it was a mind mess film. And you know, I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed the editing techniques. It was all pretty good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the song, which was No Problems. Was it?
No surprises.
No Surprises. Radiohead. Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
working with.
I mean, you know, it's kind of just a film for me to experiment with what works and what doesn't. I think it's just kind of the standard middle of the road film for me. Like, I think it's just kind of an excuse for me to just, like I said, to see what works and what doesn't. Play around with a bunch of things. One thing I really hate is how like grainy it was in that outside scene, but there was nothing I could do about that. I tried. I almost fainted trying to. I mean, Seth was with me when we were trying to do that scene. Like, it took us like 4 days just for filming, as well as like figuring out effects and all of that. So it was just a nightmare to do that. So I'm happy. I'm at least happy it turned out as good as it was. Just the graininess sucks so much.
The one problem we had, we were going to green screen in the foot, but oh god, did that go wrong?
YouTube just hates me for some reason. So I mean,
so when the green screen foot was attempted, we put it in, and it looked fine in the software we used, DaVinci Resolve. It looked fine. It looked perfect. But then when we got onto YouTube, we didn't. We went private, and we looked at it, and it was just a blank thing behind this foot, and I swear.
I just almost fainted. Nothing was working. Nothing was happening. So just that scene alone, I'm happy that it came out like that. The circumstances around the whole film's creation was just unique, I guess. But I mean, the animation that was fun to do. That was just a little like thing that me and my sister did together. So yeah, that was good.
That's always nice, yeah.
So yeah, that's basically all I got to say for Fragments of Nothing. Yeah, a lot of the sound doesn't sync up well because we were filming on like, I can't remember what it was.
The GoPro Hero.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
GoPro Hero 11 Black.
I think it was, but so yeah, none of the sound really worked. So a lot of that was like added in post, which doesn't sync up. But I mean, overall, it's not the worst. I think I'm happy with it. Yeah, happy with how it turned out, especially considering everything that went on with how it was made. So yeah.
To preface, today we also all watched these films.
Yeah, we literally just came back from watching all of them, and some of them, obviously they're not the best things ever, but I'm proud of them. I mean, Fragments of Nothing, number 3.
Now, Murder on a Sunday Morning.
This is a. I'll let you go first.
It's iffy, but it is our number 2. I loved making this film. It was one of a really fun thing to do.
Mm.
It's in the style of a 1920s style film, and I for one enjoyed making it. The process was a bit painful at times. And definitely we got a big scare at one point when the place where we kept all our stuff got locked and we didn't have a key.
Yeah, that was fun. And then there's also the one where we where we
lost all the corrupted, and I had to like.
That was like day 2 of filming. We'd done like 90% of all the shots, and then we lost all of them.
I luckily uncorrupted it.
Yeah.
I completely forgot how. I just got lucky.
Yeah.
And it took a good amount of time, but it got fixed. And the only downside to it was the amazing, beautiful timestamp at the corner.
Oh yeah, that was not shown in editing. I don't know how that got there. Don't know why that was there, but it wasn't there when I was editing it. I only just noticed it, even like a couple of months after I made it. So that sucks. But yeah, even though it's not the best, I still think there's a lot that could have been done better, especially by me. It's overall, like as a film, all the work that we put into it, I think it turned out pretty good. Like there was only 3 people working on that film, and all 3 of them were in multiple scenes together. So I think it worked well, and how we managed to get through that. But all of the all of the stuff that happened on those days was nuts. But yeah, a lot of stuff happened that day, and a lot of stuff that I think we made it through well, and yeah.
Yeah. We were also up until 5 a.m, so we were pretty tired for the last day
of
filming.
Yeah, we were up till like 5 a.m, and I was editing, but yeah.
Yeah.
And all the spelling mistakes on the chalkboard, which sucked, but yeah, even like coming off how bad the Bell Pepper Bandit was, I think it is a big step up for me personally. Like, I'm not the greatest filmmaker. I never will be, but you know, I made that when I was 13, so I think it's good going. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Murder on a Sunday Morning.
Number 2. And finally, Digovas.
Yeah. Digovas was our number 1 collective. Both of us thought that. So yeah. I'll let you talk first if you want.
Digovas was an awesome film. We got so much help from so many different people. I personally was very happy with it. Ethan Franks, he was awesome, good actor. Lachlan again, good actor. Myself being in it, getting hung, getting beat the crap out of, very fun. And it was overall a really enjoyable experience. I think this was the first film where he used DaVinci, right?
No, that was Murder on a Sunday Morning.
But yeah, this film, it was just so fun to make and put together.
I'll add a bit more on how fun it was for me, but you know, you carry on. Sorry.
I loved the whole the aspects of the different angles and how we fought through some of the struggles. The one scene where Max breaks into the house, we literally used a room inside the house and we hung one of the lapel mics from a bloody chain on the window.
Yeah.
And we still got it done, and it looked really good, and I really liked some of the scenes. And I think the fighting could have definitely been better because, you know, we didn't have the...
Like, Digovas, I think, overall, I mean, Seth said it was fun to make, that might have been the case for him, but for me it was a nightmare for a while. Trying to get that thing done for months, and it, like, obviously we had to use 2 locations, and that other location we had to film with was just... I tried for literally months on end trying to get a place, and everyone just started cancelling out. I walked through rain to get to a place one day, like mud and rain, and then as I was like a street away, they said no, we can't do it, so I had to walk all the way home. While it was stressful, like pre-production, that was a nightmare, like trying to find a date for all of us. It turned out like the whole like later section of the film, that was all done in one day, which I think is we worked really well on. Like I think this one as well, I really found like my footing is where I wanted to be as like a filmmaker. Like this is the one where even though it wasn't that long ago since we made it, I feel like just where I've come from there, from Digovas, I feel like it's been a big step up, and I feel like that was like the real like stepping off point from where I could like find myself. But yeah, I think, Seth, Lachlan, and Ethan were all really good. It's just, I think the biggest problem was just the editing by me. There were just some cuts in there that just don't match up, and so I and some takes I think we should have redone. But yeah, I mean overall, I'm happy with what I did there. I think the writing there is like how we did the story. Ethan did a lot of the dialogue, which I'm grateful for, but the plot, I think that was that's my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I love the plot, man. And the dialogue, Ethan's an amazing writer. I think he brought the film together really well. I'm not saying you didn't do much, but Ethan you with your smart, Lachlan's acting, my
you were just everywhere. You did a bit of writing, bit of sound, bit of acting, bit of everything.
Yeah, my house as well, which was lovely. We ended up using, and Ethan just brought it all together and made this almost beautiful ecosystem of all our talents.
It was just really fun to work on as like it together. It was like the first film where we weren't just scraping together things that could record and things that could that we could use as things this actually felt like a filmmaking environment. We were all bouncing off of each other's ideas. So yeah, and I think it really paid off. I think just if it weren't for my editing, it is a film that I can look back on and be proud of, and what we all did there. And I know that the editing is the biggest problem, which was entirely my fault. It doesn't it was fine for what it was. There were just some cuts that could have been tightened up a bit, but yeah. I mean, I think that the camera work was, like I said, I really came into my own there, and the framing and stuff. I think it all worked out really, really well. So yeah, that's where I lie on Digo of Us, and yeah. So that was our ranking. We kind of just made this to look back on and reflect on what we've done and what we can move on in the future. He's always going to be a big part of this channel at the very least. Yeah, just a chance to look back on and reflect what we could have done better with all of these. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Any last words from you?
To recap the ranking: Bell Pepper Bandit, Trap Substitutes, Fragments of Nothing, Murder on a Sunday Morning, The Digo Bus. Thanks for having me.
This is just a little fun idea that I thought it would be cool to do with someone else. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and see you all in another video.